Ibis FC are the team we focus on the grassroots segment. Ibis Football Club at gmail.com if you want more information about Ibis or you want to play for one of the 4 teams that we have in the Southern Amateur League. Matches take place on Saturdays anywhere within the M25. Where you play, north, east, south or west, depends on what team you're playing for. If you're playing for the Fours, you're going to be playing with me. With me and Captain Fantastic Boydie, who we're actually going to be interviewing this Wednesday as part of our Ibis FC Centenary documentary, which we've been following the Fours this season. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But facebook.com/ibis.fc is the official Facebook page, and at @ibis_football is the official Twitter page for Ibis FC, and ibisfc.co.uk. ibisfc.co.uk is their official website. Now, training is every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. at the Battersea Park all-weather AstroTurf pitches just off Prince of Wales Drive. So get yourself down to training, man. All good, all good. Match days, I said, are on Saturdays. Now, the results from around the club on the 26th of January 2013. Ibis, the Ones, lost 4-0 to Old Garchonians at home. Old Lionians versus the Ibis Reserves, or the Ibis 2s, was actually postponed due to the adverse weather conditions. Ibis Freeze won 3-1 against Knoxborough. Stevens got all 3 goals. Got a hat-trick, so all good. I think Knoxborough were actually top of the league as well. I was speaking to a couple of the guys after the match, like Graham Waters, Ollie Roberts, among others, and hey, they did well, man. And also Chris Inner, their goalkeeper as well. But the Ibis Fours drew 1-1 with Aline Old Boys. Ben Newman getting the only goal of the game with his head. But let's go through our squad, which was Maxim Baranov in goal, myself, Straight Shootin LJA, aka Liam Angel, and Will Hainsworth at centre-back. I actually started at centre-back due to a good friend of mine and teammate Carl Bolton being away. So we had John East at right-back and Kendall Campbell at left-back. We also had Daniel Rule, who is Kendall's friend. We had Josh Campbell, who's Kendall's brother. We had Barry, aka Baz Clark. We had Ben Newman. Mantas Zavekas had to drop out late on because of some issues that he's having at the moment, so he had to drop out. But we had Jordan Mills, Ash Farrell returning, Gideon Barnett, and Matt Norton as well. So pretty good squad. Pretty good squad. Nick Boyd, aka Boydie, our captain, was actually away, so Barry Clark was in temporary charge, and he was the one who picked the team. So very interesting. But you know what? The little match report, a bottom of the table clash between the 2 bottom clubs, ended up as one of those as you were kind of days in terms of points and also league position, but it was far from that simple. Our captain Boydie, as said, was away, so Barry Baz Clark was in charge for this one. And he was picking the team. So in the changing room before the game, there actually was a bit of banter, as we were actually surprised. And the Ones players were actually in the changing room before us. But someone had left a loaf of bread and some cheese under a bench, under one of the benches you change on. It's made us all laugh. I mean, myself, Josh and Jordan were making a load of jokes about it, and it's like, wait, where's the butter? If you're gonna leave a loaf of bread and the cheese, where's the butter? This is not a sandwich. This is just bread and cheese. But it's one of them was bad. But we went out a few players short because Gids, Kendall, and Kendall's mate Daniel and Will as well were actually running late at this point. But we started warming up and we had to nick a ball from the Ones because Boydie had the balls. Not just the balls the size of grapefruits. I know you wrong-uns, all the jokes. Big T's in the house as well. I know he liked that one. But it's one of them was Boydie had the balls, but he was away, so we didn't have any balls to warm up with. But we had to nick a ball from the Ones to get some ball work in pre-match. And to have a match ball playing with as well. But Will and Gideon turned up, and so did Kendall and his mate, so we had a full complement of players to start the game. Me and Ash Farrell were actually discussing the game afterwards, and he was saying that it was really good to play in, but it might not have been enjoyable for a spectator. And I'd actually be inclined to agree with that, because it was quite a scrappy game. It was a scrappy affair. But in the first half, there were a few chances at both ends, but we broke the deadlock from my centre-back for the day. My centre-back partner for the day, Will, because as you know, the regulars will know, I usually play left-back. He supplied the ball in. Now, his free kick was won by Big Ben Newman, and with his looping header, their keeper, had absolutely no chance. And we went a goal up. And yes, no chance! It's one of them ones. Hey, the Aline Old Boys keeper for Ben's header had... That's what he had with that header. It's a brilliant header. But Big T, no chance of stopping the balls. Oh my god. Wrong. But within the first half, there were a few kind of neat interchanges of passing by both sides. But neither keeper was really kind of overly tested. But although I actually accidentally almost scored an own goal. And you know what? Yeah. I intercepted a pass with my right foot, and those who have seen me play will know that I have no right foot. You think Ryan Babel has no left foot, you ain't seen me in terms of right foot. All I can do is side foot it, and that's barely. But at the end of the day, I intercepted the ball with a right foot, side foot, that trickled towards goal. And when I'm telling you, I was touching cloth almost. It was a case of, I was thinking, it's going wide. And then as it got closer, it was like, oh my God, no, please, it's going wide. I'm hoping it's going wide. No, it's going wide. And it's like, oh my. No, it's hit the post. And then I had to clear it again using my right foot. So it was one of them. But we went on. But halftime rolled around, and Baz gave the team talk as Boydie was away. And we went back out thinking, you know what? We can and should win this. So, second half started. And we did start sitting back on the 1-0 lead. And it's always a dangerous lead to sit back on, which invited pressure. And it definitely made it more testing for our backline, which became even more testing when I was trying to clear a ball, and actually, because I've had a bad toe for a few weeks since the match away at Merton, which I mentioned. But basically, I originally picked up a quite a bad foot injury away at Merton almost a month ago now, actually. But we still dug in, and the effort was there, but the passing did become very much more wayward. And the link play between defence, midfield and attack just dried up as the game just became that bit more bitty and disjointed, and the Aline Old Boys fives started to impose themselves on the game, and a few last-ditch challenges had to be made by yours truly. It did. And at one point, I did make an interception that actually went out for a corner, which is standard fare, really, for me. It's what I love doing. I love defending. Those who played with me or against me will know that I defend. That's what I do. That's what I love doing. But now this ball at this corner actually ended up in the back of the net. The corner was swung in, and our keeper Maxim went to catch it, but he did seem to be pushed as he was going to catch it, so he dropped it. And as our backline tried to clear it, their striker nipped in and just bundled the ball in. And you know what? Scrappy goal, but it was an important one, as it ended up sealing a point for Aline Old Boys and left us extremely frustrated. And Mike Harneman's wrong in the chat, in the Skype chat. But yeah, one of the more frustrating things was just the lack of chances we created in the second half. Their keeper was barely tested, and you couple that with the lack of composure from some of us at times. You know, me included. I will freely admit, in terms of ball control and kind of being composed on the ball, I've probably got the touch of a rapist. But it's one of them ones, and the lack of link play around the pitch as well. That was frustrating too. But we'll need to dust ourselves off again, and you know what? There's always next week. So it's one of them ones. It's one of them ones, man. But that's the grassroots segment. It's the grassroots segment, and you know what? Again, a big shout out to Ibis, all of us. It's one of them ones, man. 4 teams in the Southern Amateur League. Ibis Football Club at gmail.com and ibisfc.co.uk, facebook.com/ibis.fc, and Twitter at ibis_football for more information if you need it. We're also featured, again, big shout out to Andrew Copeland, who is the editor of the SAL Standard magazine, which in the December edition, myself, Straight Shootin LJA, there's a little bit of a feature about pitch talk as well, and Ibis are featured.